Everstone Chen finally met Shifu Zephyr Cloud. And Zephyr Cloud solemnly told Everstone Chen, "We are about to face a stronger enemy. They are bloodthirsty and aggressive, coming from the eternal ancient continent. And all this I have learned through this divine artifact. The divine artifact showed me the invasion of the eternal ancient continent. Under the ravages of countless immortal demons, both the celestial realm and the lower realm will face destruction. Later I learned that the divine artifact is one of the original divine artifacts brought to this domain by the eternal ancient continent. According to my investigation, the more frequently the people from the celestial realm engage in battles, the more our ancient bloodlines within our bodies will awaken little by little, attracting the attention of the people from the eternal ancient continent. After understanding the truth, I found another ancient divine artifact. I want to use this as a warning to the celestial realm, but they did not listen. Instead, they became greedy for the divine artifact. They even destroyed my immortal soul. Forced and helpless, I had to come to the lower realm in the hope of saving the situation in a roundabout way." Everstone Chen nodded. It seems that the heavenly demon race had taken over the bodies of the celestial realm masters thousands of years ago. Bella Linger was puzzled. "Ancestor, if they are so powerful, why didn't they attack directly and instead chose to lurk?" Zephyr Cloud shook his head, indicating that he was also unsure. Everstone Chen was also contemplating. "I was right not to act just now. They have been lurking for thousands of years. If we startle the snake, it will be endless trouble. I don't know what the other party is up to right now." Everstone Chen plans to first revive a group of people, and then make other plans for the rest. At this time, the system has already settled the domain value. Everstone Chen gained a total of 950 million domain value in this battle. However, after deducting the 400 million domain value owed for Everstone Chen's exchange of the Master of Realm level avatar, he looked at the successful deduction by the system. Everstone Chen felt a moment of pain. But then he thought for a moment, hunting down a Master of Realm level celestial being would make up for it, which he could accept. Shortly after, Everstone Chen had the system resurrect all the people who had died in the Invincible Domain. The system deducted 100 million domain value, and started using the function of controlling life and death. In an instant, Everstone Chen emitted infinite green life energy around him. These energy drills into the body of the deceased cultivator. Their fingers actually moved slightly. A few seconds later, everyone stood up. They were all very confused. I remember clearly that I died. Seeing the people around him resurrect one by one, Bella Linger covered her mouth in shock. And their loved ones, who had experienced life and death, embraced one another one after another. Zephyr Cloud was extremely shocked. How is this possible? And the child who was previously possessed by Killing Sky has also been resurrected. A voice suddenly sounded behind her. "Brother!" He quickly turned around and saw his sister running towards him. Tears streamed down the boy's face in an instant. He remembered the scene of his sister's tragic death, and he cried while tightly hugging his sister. Everstone Chen saw that everyone in the lower realm had been resurrected. He disappeared in an instant. He reappeared and arrived on a continent in the sky above Cloud Prefecture, looking at the approaching figures in front of him. "I have already carried out all the tasks you ordered. Please fulfill your promise." Everstone Chen fell silent for 2 seconds before asking in his mind, "System, why hasn't Silveray woken up yet?" The system stated that Silvara Zhang's divine soul is injured and cannot be awakened. The system also issued a task to him for the first time. The system says waking her up requires the use of the primordial force of heaven and earth. Only then can his damaged soul be repaired. Everstone Chen was taken aback. The divine artifact of the eternal ancient continent mentioned by the old man just now contains the primordial force of heaven and earth. At this point, the system informs Everstone Chen that he has met the basic requirements for upgrading, but the upgrade conditions are very stringent. The Invincible Domain will cover the entire 9 provinces and transform it into the celestial realm. As the second host, he must prepare 25 million domain value. Once the system upgrade is successful, it will unlock the new functionality of Invincible Domain 6.0, the Celestial Vault of Myriad Wonders. Everstone Chen is a little confused. Covering all 9 provinces requires 1.9 billion domain value. Even if you sold me, it wouldn't be enough. But then, he suddenly thought that while searching for divine artifacts in the eternal ancient continent to collect primordial force, he could also gather some heads along the way. In this way, the mission may not be as difficult as he originally thought. The news of the fall of the xianxia celestial realm has completely caused an uproar in various realms and domains. The 3 titans of the xianxia realm have also come out one after another, because not only has the celestial realm fallen, but there is also a mysterious force invading various realms. At this moment, a majestic voice resounded. "Listen up, you ants from various realms and domains. This is a warning issued by my heavenly demon race. Within 10 days, I want you to send a representative to surrender to our clan's territory. There is only one chance. Those who do not surrender will be killed. However, there are still many cultivators in various realms and domains who would rather die than surrender." Ha! What kind of nonsense is this heavenly demon race? They are nothing more than opportunistic scum taking advantage of the chaos in the 9 provinces. The coquettish woman chuckled softly. "I didn't expect ants like you to have such strong self-esteem. I did underestimate you. But being ants, you lack a bit of self-awareness." Accompanied by a rumbling sound, black gas tore through the void. In just an instant, the majority of the lower realm was obliterated by the impact. Those celestial beings who just provoked were instantly devoid of breath. Everyone only realized at this moment that the woman was indeed very terrifying. At the same time, the majestic voice rang out again. "You better figure out that this is not a negotiation with you. I don't care if you will surrender or not. Giving you a choice is just to save our time. Do you understand, you ants?" A golden tower accompanied by a chilling laughter, forcefully smashing a giant hole in the sky, while the 9 provinces are at the same time. Everstone Chen excitedly raised his finger. "Old man, during this time, I have also developed the secrets of the celestial immortal physique one by one. This formation is the result of my research." Zephyr Cloud looked doubtfully at the golden A trigram formation in the sky. And Everstone Chen continued. "This formation can expand with the increase of my spiritual energy. The only way to deal with the heavenly demon race is to expand the range of the formation to that tower." Zephyr Cloud suddenly realized. "So you need to collect artifacts from the eternal ancient continent to absorb their primordial force in order to complete the expansion." Everstone Chen naturally wouldn't tell the truth. I nodded guiltily. "I'm doing this to save my wife." Zephyr Cloud pondered for a moment before saying, "Back then, I knew of 4 eternal ancient artifacts. 2 are missing, 1 has lost its divine power, and only 1 remains in the ruins of the celestial realm. I can go retrieve it, but having just 1 artifact might not be enough, right?" Seeing that the heavenly demon race will launch a full-scale attack in 10 days, everyone is in a dilemma. Bella Linger spoke up. "Master, what are the characteristics of the artifact? If it's obvious, we can find it quickly." Zephyr Cloud pondered for a moment and said, "Where there are artifacts, there must be abundant spiritual energy in the immortal mountains and blessed lands. At the same time, the strong spiritual energy will cause the local ecology to undergo strange changes, giving birth to some powerful creatures." Upon hearing this, Luna White seemed to recall something. She said, "Venerable, if it's as you said, I should know a place. Our Sky Yogwai Fox race is actually a branch of the Fox Fiend race within the Clear Peak realm and domain. Listen to what my Nana said. There is a hidden place within the Fox race territory of the Clear Peak realm and domain. Not only is there abundant spiritual energy inside, but also even the physical bodies of the creatures there are much larger than those outside. Even the lake water there has the ability to heal and detoxify." Zephyr Cloud was thrilled to hear this. "Then we will split up now. I will go to the ruins to find the artifact, and you guys go to Clear Peak Realm." After saying that, Zephyr clouds soared into the sky. And Everstone Chen directly spent 400 million domain value. He exchanged for a Master of Realm-level avatar. Luna White, let's go. The avatar of Luna White disappeared instantly. They reappeared again. They have already reached the Clear Peak Realm. Everstone Chen and Luna White arrive at Clear Peak Realm for the first time. They were stunned by the scene before them. Luna White muttered, "Could it be that the Sky Yogui Fox has already been exterminated?" A wave of sorrow surged in their hearts. Tears had long soaked their eye sockets. At this moment, a voice of dissatisfaction suddenly sounded. "Hurry up! Are you trying to die by dragging your feet like this?" Looking down the mountain, the two of them saw a group of people heading towards the valley. The leader among them sternly said, "You bunch of pigs! If you want to go to the mythic realm, you must listen to us." The honest farmer stepped forward and asked, "Master, are what you're saying all true?" The arrogant man replied, "Of course, how could it be false? Our leader single-handedly wiped out the entire Fox Fiend clan, not only claiming their grand seal, but also uncovering the utopia-like existence in the mythic realm. Now that place is the safest place. Anyway, following me is definitely right." Luna White was furious when she heard that her own tribe had been exterminated. She was about to charge down to avenge her people when Everstone Chen pulled her back. "Don't act rashly. The heavenly demon race must be monitoring every move in various realms now. We must keep a low profile and avoid any trouble during this trip. Furthermore, there is something suspicious about this group of people. Their strength is weak, yet they dare to bring civilians into the dangerous mythic realm you mentioned. I'm afraid this matter is not as simple as it seems. Before understanding their true intentions, it would be unwise to act rashly, as it may delay our efficiency in searching for the artifact." Looking at Luna White Beauty's tearful and poignant appearance, Everstone Chen gently wiped away the tears from her eyes. "Rest assured, after this is over, I will let you personally avenge your people." Calm Luna White Beauty immediately asked, "Are we supposed to follow them now?" Everstone Chen shook his head and replied, "Just follow them. It can help us avoid danger, but we can't figure out what the secret of this group is. I guess it's probably related to artifact. We should do this." Everstone Chen started to point at the dust on the ground as he spoke. In the valley at this moment, a commoner expressed dissatisfaction about the extermination of the Sky Yogui Fox race. The blue-haired individual then grabbed his collar and said, "We found a place for you to stay, yet you dare to speak out of turn. Those animals are dead, so what's there to regret?" Just as the blue-haired person was speaking eloquently, a voice interrupted him. "Brothers, do you really know about the utopia?" The speaker turned out to be Everstone Chen, but now he was in tattered clothes and covered in dirt, resembling a living beggar. Luna White Beauty also pleaded eagerly, "Brothers, please be kind and take us along." The leader with red hair revealed a sly smile. "Of course I agree." He secretly thought to himself that the woman behind this kid looks quite attractive. It's been a long time since he's had a taste of such a top-quality beauty. As for that man, he entered the mythic realm later, and no one knows how he died. Everstone Chen and his group walked for almost half a day. They finally arrived at a ruin. Looking at the dilapidated buildings around, Everstone Chen couldn't help but think to himself that this place has been abandoned for quite some time. It seems that it was once invaded by celestial realm prodigies. Thinking about the displaced and suffering people in troubled times, Everstone Chen felt very helpless, and could only sigh deeply. After hearing the voice, Red Hair turned around and teased, "What are you looking at? If you run around recklessly, we won't care about your life or death. Don't count on us to protect you." In fact, this group of people couldn't wait for Everstone Chen to disappear so that they could openly take possession of Luna White. They then arrived in front of an altar. Several people looked at the statue in front of them. Red Hair excitedly said, "This is it." He then took out a wooden divine artifact and muttered to himself, "Named after the seal. Give me an opening." The earth suddenly trembled, causing terror among the people. Everstone Chen has already noticed his surroundings. Surprisingly, the trees have started to move. A formation suddenly appeared in the sky. A few seconds later, Everstone Chen and others were transported to the mythic realm. Everstone Chen suddenly realized that the altar was the teleportation point, and the large seal in the hands of the red-haired was the key to activate the teleportation. Everstone Chen thought to himself, no wonder the old man searched so hard for the artifact back then, but only found one. It's hidden so deeply. If I want to collect them all, I'm afraid it will take some effort. The people of Mythic Realm suddenly became terrified as soon as I arrived, because a giant sky-devouring rat appeared ahead. Everyone immediately sought cover. Everstone Chen looked at the leader's reaction, further confirming in his heart that there was something wrong with this group. Because although that rat was huge in size, its strength was only at the divine transformation pinnacle level, barely enough to wipe out the Sky Yogui Fox tribe. It must have the strength of at least a celestial king. So there must be someone backing them up. He thought to himself, with the enemy in the dark and himself in the light, if he continued like this, he might expose himself. Everstone Chen decided to add some spice, to force the hidden enemies out. Just then, Everstone Chen took out a talisman in his right hand and lightly tossed it. The talisman hit the sky-devouring rat directly. Its eyes instantly turned scarlet. The entire rat fell into a frenzied state. It roared and charged towards the crowd. Everstone Chen continued to kindle the fire. Help! The monster is coming! Brother, please use the Great Seal to send us back. I don't want to go to the Shangri-La anymore. The people are now frightened, and they are all praying for the red-haired person to send us back. The red-haired person kicked the two who spoke directly. Damn it! What is there to be afraid of a mere mouse? Brothers, follow me and kill this beast. The leaders and a few others are locked in a fierce battle with the sky-devouring rat. Everstone Chen and Luna White Beauty have become cheerleaders. Come on, big brothers, we are all counting on you. It's okay to escape if it's really necessary. Hamao gritted his teeth and muttered to himself. I can't escape. If the person is not brought here, I will be the one who dies in the end. With this in mind, he instantly reached out and grabbed the necks of his two teammates, accompanied by his angry roar. Both companions continuously poured their spiritual energy into his body. Everstone Chen nodded. Not bad. Absorbing two weaklings instantly boosted his strength from the divine transformation stage to the void refining stage. However, it seems that just this is not enough to force you to reveal your trump cards. So, brothers, don't blame me. Everstone Chen suddenly threw out 7 or 8 talismans. These talismans rushed into the distant forest. They hit the bodies of those mutated demonic beasts. Just as Redhair managed to subdue the sky-devouring rat, 3 demonic beasts suddenly rushed over from not far away. Redhair's heart turned to ashes at this moment. He suddenly turned around and ran away. I'm not doing it. Even if I can't complete the task, I don't want to die here. It's not easy to cultivate my physique. I don't want to become the food for those monsters. Hamao pressed the seal onto the stone statue as he spoke. He was about to activate the teleportation array to send himself back. The ground beneath his feet unexpectedly emitted dazzling red lights. With a loud rumble, a giant man-eating flower burst through the earth's crust. He devoured Everstone Chen in one bite. Everstone Chen also received a system prompt for the first time, detecting the presence of advanced beings from the outer realm. Host, please eliminate them. Everstone Chen chuckled. The guy behind finally showed up. The red-haired gang scattered in fear after seeing their boss being eaten. Luna White Beauty looked at the unknown creature in front of her, feeling confused. A vine attacked. Everstone Chen acted quickly and held Luna White Beauty to dodge, thus avoiding a blow. Calm down. Luna White Beauty immediately realized that Venerable is the so-called mastermind behind the scenes. Everstone Chen has not answered yet. The vines actually emitted giggles. You are very clever to have seen through my plan. Everstone Chen's face darkened as he asked in a stern voice. Did you kill the Fox Fiend clan? The vine did not answer, revealing its true form. It was a monster from the eternal ancient continent, the Eye of Mordor, whose power had reached the terrifying celestial lord stage. Everstone Chen suddenly showed a slight smile at the corner of his mouth. The aura of this thing is exactly the same as that of the heavenly demon race. Eternal ancient artifact has been found. Everstone Chen, this camper, really laughed out loud this time. He has once again taken advantage of the system to harvest 5 billion domain value rewards. He is not afraid in the slightest when faced with the accusations from the Eye of Mordor. While the mortals on the side were terrified, he devoured Long Sun Realm next door completely. How did that kid provoke him? We are done for this time. However, Everstone Chen's fingers sparkled with golden light. A beam of light shot straight towards the face of the Eye of Mordor. Instantly killed, he also gained a domain value of 10 million. While heavenly demon race is trembling, at this moment she also seemed to have a reaction. She looked towards Clear Peak Realm and thought to herself, just now there was a strong spiritual energy fluctuation. Could it be that kid? But immediately she dismissed the idea because if it was that kid, the spiritual energy fluctuation would be more dominant. Now is not the time to investigate. My lord is about to descend. I can't wait to see that kid again. How should I torment him when the time comes? Frozen Sunlight is getting more and more excited just thinking about it. On the other side, Luna White Beauty was also shocked. She thought it would be a fierce battle, but unexpectedly, with a casual strike, she killed the dominant force on the other side. He not only killed monster, even the boundary between mythic realm and reality was pierced. The most crucial point is that this is just a clone. Thinking about Luna White Beauty instantly revealing a shy expression, I'm reminded of the time when Venerable lectured me back then. I wonder if I can still withstand Venerable's strength now. And at this moment, Everstone Chen looks extremely nervous. Not good. Although I have tried to control myself to the utmost, this blow may still be noticed by the heavenly demon race. But when I think about it, the spiritual energy fluctuations just now may appear insignificant to them. They probably won't pay too much attention to it. At the same time, the eternal ancient artifact shot out beams of red light. And it plunged straight into the massive body of the Eye of Mordor. The dead silent vine suddenly showed a hint of vitality. The Eye of Mordor suddenly opened its eyes. Was I just killed? This human is unscrupulous and definitely not a good opponent. The palpitating Eye of Mordor suddenly noticed the dimensional rift. It hurriedly rushed in. Kid, once I grow back to my peak state, I will definitely come back to kill you. Everstone Chen acted quickly and grabbed hold of his vine. Did I let you go? With a loud bang, he directly pulled it back. Everstone Chen stepped on its face door with one foot. In theory, you should have died thoroughly, but now you have resurrected. Could it be the effect of the artifact? And it seems like the artifact has sensed the danger. At this moment, the flowing light changes direction. The Eye of Mordor is very excited the artifact's first stage ability has been activated. Wonderful! At this moment, I am invincible. It straightened its back instantly. Kid, I am the highest race in this realm. I cannot be killed. Show me what you've got and come be my lackey. I'll spare your life. Everstone Chen was stunned for a moment and asked again, Are you really unkillable? The Eye of Mordor was smug, thinking it had successfully stunned him. Luna White Beauty also anxiously said, Venerable, if we can't kill him, how can we obtain the artifact? We'll be stuck in a dead end. Everstone Chen suddenly revealed a kind smile. How could that be? I wish for it not to die. Take a closer look. Why are there two Everstone Chens here? Just a moment ago, he found out that the Eye of Mordor cannot be killed. Everstone Chen is extremely excited about securing the domain values contract. He then conjured a small hammer. After that, Everstone Chen activated the domain value mode and watched as the Eye of Mordor died and came back to life repeatedly. The bystanders were terrified. Oh my goodness! Why do I feel like he's even scarier than the heavenly demon race? At this moment, Everstone Chen is becoming more brave as he fights on. After 2 hours, the Eye of Mordor's healing speed finally slowed down significantly. During these 2 hours, Everstone Chen gained a total of 5 billion domain value. He crouched down and looked at the trembling Eye of Mordor. It seems that the power of this artifact has reached its limit. I thought it would be so difficult to obtain this artifact, but I didn't expect it to be so easy. Immediately, he took out the artifact. He looked at the seed of the Eye of Mordor that had fallen on the ground. Everstone Chen picked up a grain and asked, "Can this thing be exchanged in the system?" The system also started scanning and detected 50 Cloud Ring Immortal Dan pills. Each Immortal Dan pill can be exchanged for 10,000 domain value. Upon hearing this, Everstone Chen did not rush to exchange it, but instead threw one to Luna White Beauty and told her to take it. Luna White Beauty immediately began to meditate, digesting the spiritual energy contained in the Immortal Dan pills. Everstone Chen looked towards the distant forest and said, "All of you come out now." After everyone emerged, Everstone Chen spoke. "I can protect you and give you the strength to resist the heavenly demon race, but the price is that you must submit to me." Several men were ecstatic after hearing this. "Is it true? As long as we can become stronger, we will listen to you for everything." Later, Everstone Chen distributed the Immortal Dan pills, and the commoners who took them began to meditate one after another. Their cultivation stages surged rapidly from the initial chi refining stage. As a result, Everstone Chen also gained a large wave of domain value. 3 hours later, Luna White Beauty slowly opened her eyes. At this time, the system also popped up Luna White Beauty's profile. Ding Sound detected a change in the contract follower Luna White's cultivation level, about to break through from half-celestial stage to celestial soldier stage. Domain value is currently being calculated. Everstone Chen looks at the system panel. At this moment, the information of the contract disciple is all clear at a glance. He is overjoyed in his heart. Unexpectedly, the System 5.0 version has this function. Meanwhile, Luna White Beauty, who is undergoing a breakthrough, has encountered a bottleneck in the Clear Peak realm, restricted by the celestial path. However, the spiritual energy from the Immortal Dan pills continues to supply her endlessly. At this rate, her body will sooner or later be burst. She looks at the back of Everstone Chen. If Venerable and I practice dual cultivation, the issue can be resolved, but how can I say it out loud? Seeing Luna White Beauty has already reached her limit. Suddenly, her own spiritual energy is actually draining away. Luna White Beauty is panicking. Clearly, there were signs of a breakthrough just now, but now it seems like there is a bottomless pit absorbing my spiritual energy. My stage is starting to regress. What on earth is going on? At the same time, the system is indicating that domain value is also constantly decreasing. Everstone Chen's expression changed. As he was about to question the system, a voice sounded. "Named after the seal. Open for me." Everstone Chen immediately turned around, only to see Mythic Realm tore open a hole. Hamao led everyone into it. He saw Everstone Chen and was also stunned. Then he pointed to Everstone Chen beside him and asked, "What the hell is going on? Weren't you inside?" Outside, Everstone Chen was also confused. "I also really want to know what's going on." Suddenly, Artifact emitted a dazzling light. It unexpectedly fled this place at high speed. Inside, Everstone Chen watched Luna White Beauty's painful expression as her cultivation level regressed, and his heart already had an answer. All these inexplicable phenomena are probably related to the artifact. And it seems I have also got it wrong. The ability of that thing may be related to time rather than regeneration. Everstone Chen never dreamed that two Everstone Chens would appear in the same time and space. The most crucial thing is that they are not even duplicates. Just now, Zephyr Cloud shuttled through the celestial realm. He suddenly sensed the aura of the heavenly demon race. After he confirmed the direction, he quietly lurked over. At this moment, celestial realm and celestial being are fiercely battling with the heavenly demon race, relying on their crushing strength. Multiple celestial emperors are guarding the battlefield. It is apparent that the defeat of celestial realm and celestial being is only a matter of time. At this moment, Deputy Commander Di Jiang of the 3rd Legion of the Heavenly Demon came over carrying a celestial being, saying, "Look what I caught, a little mouse that didn't escape." This female celestial being, despite having the strength of a celestial sovereign, can only plead bitterly with them now. The commander of the 3rd Legion, Kong Ming, impatiently spoke, "How noisy! Kill them!" At the same time, he also ordered to kill all those so-called celestial beings without mercy, leaving no one alive. Zephyr Cloud gritted his teeth as he watched his compatriots being killed, wishing he could charge out to avenge them. But for now, finding the artifact is crucial. He had no choice but to leave first, planning to come back later to settle the score with them. After a quarter of an hour, all the celestial beings in this place have been slaughtered by Kong Ming. The teleportation array has been set up. Now, it all depends on the 5th Legion. Once they complete the mission, our master will descend upon this realm. Just at this moment, a soldier ran up in a panic. "Captain, it's not good. We just received news that your youngest son, Mordor, is in a life-threatening situation. His devil's compass is transmitting a distress signal to us." Vice Captain Di Jiang suddenly stood up and exclaimed, "Doesn't Mordor have the artifact given by the captain? That is an item obtained by the captain from a powerful figure of the heavenly immortal race in the ancient times of the eternal ancient continent. How could he be in a life-threatening situation?" Kong Ming is also pondering. Could it be that someone from the heavenly immortal race made a move? But Xiaobing shook his head and said, "It's not someone from the heavenly immortal race. It's just an ordinary celestial being whose strength is close to that of a celestial emperor cultivation level." Di Jiang saw that this place is the respected land, and immediately volunteered to go and rescue young Master Mordor. Kong Ming showed a blood-red gaze. "It's best to capture that kid alive. I want to see which bold scoundrel dares to touch my son." And at this moment, Clear Peak Realm and Domain have descended into chaos because someone identical has appeared. Watching the crowd fighting, Hong Mao was completely confused. However, he suddenly thought of something. Could it be Lord Mordor's plan? Is he playing with these people and then eating them all up? Thinking of this, he excitedly pointed at the crowd and said, "You ants, shut up! Whether you are real or fake. The men provide nourishment, while the women give birth to our children." Before the words fell, Mordor was suddenly smashed to the ground, pleading, "I was wrong, spare me, please. If not, just give me a quick death." With a bang, a vine smacked away Red Hair and the others. "Boss, I have taken care of the troublemakers for you." Everstone Chen squatted down. "I have something to ask you," he said. In the following conversation, Everstone Chen learned that the artifact has 2 functions. The first is resurrection. The carrier will be resurrected at the moment of death. The second one is time reversal. Everstone Chen rubbed his chin, looking as if artifact had just reversed time back to when I first arrived at Clear Peak Realm. Apart from the 5 billion domain value I had when I arrived, everything else has been reverted, including Luna White and the villagers' cultivation levels. But now there is one more me. Thinking that, Everstone Chen provocatively said, "Hey, imposter, you're very bold to dare impersonate me." Who knew that Everstone Chen raised his middle finger and said, "Don't you have any sense of who the imposter is?" Both Everstone Chens have the idea of probing each other's strength. With a loud rumble, they actually made a move directly. They fought fiercely in the sky, with no clear distinction between the upper and lower positions. Mordor trembled in fear at the sight. These 2 lunatics are so crazy that they even fight with themselves. The 2 Everstone Chens found that their moves were basically the same, so they decided to call a truce. They asked Luna White to distinguish between the genuine and fake using questions. The 2 Luna White beauties were excited and enthusiastic. The first question they asked simultaneously was, "Do you like Luna White, right?" Silence was considered as agreement. If answered incorrectly, The two venerables were both considered fake without a doubt. Both Everstone Chens refused to answer and strongly demanded a change. Seeing this, Luna White Beauty asked again, "What is the most embarrassing thing Venerable has ever done?" They both recalled the year when they imitated Luffy to cross the stars, sweeping in all directions. That year, I stood with my hands in my pockets, feeling invincible. That pride of being in the prime of youth. Let Luna White Beauty admire Venerable for a while. So cool. Then the two of them quickly asked Venerable some questions. How many women admired Venerable back in the days? Can he dual cultivate with others? Is the taste of dual cultivation as described in books like Desiring Immortality and Death? Everstone Chen blushed and quickly stopped them. Then the two of them looked at each other, basically confirming to themselves, "We are both real." At the same time, outside the mythic realm, Di Jiang has already led a large army to approach. He laughed, "Ha! And I couldn't help but want to see the appearance of that scum begging for mercy on his knees. With an Everstone Chen, one can be invincible. So if two Everstone Chens appear at the same time, wouldn't that power be incredibly strong?" Just now, in the Clear Peak Realm's Yogwai Fox Mystic Realm, Everstone Chen is holding the artifact Little Mordor. Thank you for helping me find the artifact. Otherwise, I would have to spend some effort looking for it myself. Mordor also realized that the fight between you two was just an act to deceive me. The purpose was to make me use the artifact to escape. Suddenly, the spatial ring barrier hummed loudly. A very powerful force rushed in from outside. Fingers emanating a terrifying aura tore open the ring barrier alive. Di Jiang suddenly appeared in front of everyone. "Puny pests, I have arrived," he said. He looked down at Everstone Chen. "It was you who harmed Mordor, young master, isn't it? Then you can go die," he said. Mordor, upon seeing the elder Di Jiang with the cultivation level of Master of Domain, personally come to rescue him, immediately became arrogant. "I can live again," he thought. "Elder Di Jiang, please save me quickly." Two Everstone Chens are also looking at them. Wow, all the troops that have come are of the Celestial Sovereign level. It seems that this guy has a high status within the heavenly demon race. Di Jiang ordered his men to step forward. Two measly Celestial Emperor-level stink bugs are not worth him making a move personally. The warrior of the heavenly demon race rushed up fiercely. Two Everstone Chen are eager and ready. "You guys are really good people, coming to deliver domain value to me again." Then they both simultaneously use Mighty Heavenly Long. Two Five-Claw Golden Long, baring their teeth and brandishing their claws. At this moment, the warriors of the heavenly demon race were so scared that they dared not approach. Next came the unilateral slaughter. Everstone Chen harvested numerous domain values, like cutting leeks. Mordor broke out in a cold sweat. With one move, several celestial sovereigns and celestial emperors level heavenly demons were instantly killed. These two are monsters. Can't count on them. I still have to rely on myself. Mordor, this camper, quickly slipped away. And Di Jiang finally panicked at this point. It's too absurd. I've lived for so long, and have never seen such a person. Who on earth is this? Cultivating an elite force for thousands of years, only to be annihilated like this. Di Jiang thought that relying solely on me, they were definitely not opponents. So, he also planned to slip away and report this matter to the captain. However, Everstone Chen noticed him. "Are you trying to run away? I've finally encountered a general-level heavenly demon. I still have many things to ask." How arrogant is the leader of the heavenly demon race just now? How embarrassed it is now. Just now, he witnessed the strength of Everstone Chen. He decisively chose to flee. But Everstone Chen had already locked onto him. The two of them had clear division of labor. One intercepted Di Jiang, while the other dealt with the remaining small fry. Immediately, Everstone Chen caught up with the fleeing Di Jiang. "Why are you running? Weren't you very arrogant just now?" He had to struggle desperately, and then the tenfold soul palm descended from the sky. Everstone Chen also slowly extended his palm. Palm against palm, with a loud bang, a massive explosion occurred in this place. Di Jiang took the opportunity, while Everstone Chen was distracted to slip away quickly. But little did Di Jiang know that Everstone Chen not only caught up with him, but also kicked him in the head. Di Jiang fell heavily to the ground. Everstone Chen took the opportunity to use Solar Finger. The dazzling beam of light from Solar Finger pierced through Di Jiang's body directly. He fell to his knees on the ground, his entire body burning in the intense flames, suffering in agony. Another Everstone Chen questioned, "How come the power of your Solar Finger was stronger than usual just now? You managed to defeat the Master of Realm-level Heavenly Demon with just one move." Everstone Chen is also pondering. "It's not that the power has become stronger, but suddenly, I feel that my moves can counter the Heavenly Demon race as if they can achieve double critical hits. What on earth is going on? When I battled the white-haired lady back then, I didn't have this effect at all." Artifact suddenly flew out from Everstone Chen's arms. Everstone Chen suddenly realized it was him. In this moment, the floating artifact actually became transparent, gradually revealing the appearance of a young girl. Everstone Chen was still in confusion. The young girl unexpectedly threw herself into Everstone Chen's arms. "Master, please save me!" Luna White hurriedly rushed over. "Venerable, please don't let her come near. She will take you away." In an instant, Everstone Chen suddenly disappeared in the same spot. Luna White, who was left empty-handed, panicked. "Oh no! Once taken by her, no one can reappear. What should we do now?" However, the matter is not over yet. Another Everstone Chen's body also began to become blurry and disappeared a few seconds later. At the same time, the taken Everstone Chen slowly opened his eyes. He looked around at the fairyland-like place, about to release his divine sense to explore, when suddenly a finger gently pressed against his cheek. "My lord, you were the one who said you wanted to spend the night with me. How come you fell asleep as soon as you got into bed?" Everstone Chen was suddenly startled. "Holy cow, who are you?" The woman struck a seductive pose. "My lord, I have been waiting for you. I want to share passion with you." Everstone Chen was confused. How did he suddenly end up with another wife? And she seems to be a female player. Just happened a moment ago. Chong Don pounced into Everstone Chen's arms. "You little slippery scoundrel. Still playing the game of pretending to flee but actually inviting pursuit with me. You can't escape." Everstone Chen hurriedly called the system, intending to inquire what had happened. But who knew that after the system appeared, it was just a series of congratulations. Congratulations to the host on soon bidding farewell to the identity of a baby chick. Chong Don suddenly reached out his hand and violently flipped Everstone Chen to the ground, then straddled him. Is it possible that Lord Chong Don wants to try a new position again? It's okay, I'll play with Lord Chong Don. Chong Don said he was going to take off Everstone Chen's clothes. Everstone Chen quickly grabbed her hand to stop her and said, "I think this is too hasty. How about we schedule another time?" Chong Don blushed and said, "Bye dear, it seems like you don't quite understand." The next moment, she grabbed Everstone Chen by the neck. "You've already said this sentence 3 times. Are you playing with me?" Everstone Chen's face became serious. "What did I say 3 times? I have absolutely no memory. Also, your face changes too quickly. Forget it, first control her." Just as Everstone Chen was about to get angry, suddenly everything around him stopped. Everstone Chen looked at the motionless Chong Duan with some confusion. The transparent girl slowly appeared in front of him. "Sure enough, my abilities have no effect on you." Everstone Chen snorted. "You dare to show off in front of me, a mere artifact spirit? Such lowly tactics are simply not enough to impress me." The system also chimed in at this point. "That's right. Grandpa is the king of artifact spirits." The artifact spirit respectfully said, "I'm sorry, young hero. Time is limited. Let me explain. We have returned to the ancient celestial realm tens of millions of years ago. At that time, the heavenly demon and the heavenly immortal had not yet split. This place is the eternal ancient continent. The Stormlight Empire in the southeast is Mayan Master's hometown, and it was the first kingdom destroyed in the War of Ancient Immortal, which will break out in 3 days. Your actions here will truly impact the future. This is my final ability to transcend time and space. Everstone Chen unexpectedly traveled back to ancient times. Although it is just a possession, that person named Everstone Chen is an ordinary mortal with no talent for immortal cultivation. But he has a good appearance and never rejects women. Chongduan met him by chance during an outing and was captivated by his beauty. Every time the two are about to get intimate, admirers of Everstone Chen would interrupt, causing Everstone Chen to make excuses and leave. Today is the third date between Everstone Chen and Chongduan. Everstone Chen suddenly realized why she was so angry. It turns out she was stood up 3 times because of this body. But can I still use all my strength after taking over the body? The system immediately provided an answer. Host, you can still unleash Master of Realm level strength. Upon hearing this, Everstone Chen breathed a sigh of relief. Well done, system. At the same time, Artifact Spirit continued to introduce the past of this body to Everstone Chen. When he learned that he was still the 233rd male concubine, Chongduan, Everstone Chen fell silent for a moment. This woman really lives up to being a female player. However, the Artifact Spirit sighed. 3 days later, Master will die. I was born to protect Master. Even though I possess the ability to travel through time, I still couldn't protect her. No matter what I do, Master cannot escape this outcome. So please save me, Master. After this matter is over, I am willing to serve you as the Master. Everstone Chen furrowed his eyebrows slightly. If I save you, Master, and you don't keep your word to send me back, who can I reason with? Artifact Spirit immediately swore. Everstone Chen suddenly showed a sly smile. I'll take this task. Artifact Spirit looked surprised. Is this person changing faces faster than the Master? Actually, just now. The system also assigned a task to Everstone Chen. Helping Goddess Chongduan pass the Calamity rewards 5 billion domain value and 1 Cosmic Laws card. Everstone Chen showed a creepy side. After all, randomly encountering tasks with rich rewards is not something that happens all the time. Artifact Spirit expressed gratitude and then reminded, Our trading time is only 3 days. It's up to you next. After saying that, she immediately disappeared without a trace, and time started flowing at that moment. Everstone Chen immediately grabbed Chongduan's hand. He pounced on it all of a sudden. Dear, how could I play a trick on you? I just thought that being so hasty would be disrespectful to you. I want to give you the best. These sweet words made Chongduan's heart blossom, and immediately fell into Everstone Chen's arms. Suddenly, with a loud bang, a big hole was smashed in the ceiling. Frozen Sunlight is holding a sword. Raging with anger, Chongduan, you are looking for death. Chongduan smiled and said, Oh my junior sister, why are you so angry? Frozen Sunlight became even more furious. How dare you steal my servant and still have the nerve? Everstone Chen looked at the scene and pondered. It's actually her. I didn't expect that she was in the same sect as Chongduan thousands of years ago. Frozen Sunlight suddenly rushed towards Everstone Chen and said, You have some nerve. You just confessed to me, and now you want to get into bed with Chongduan. You'll have to settle this score first. Frozen Sunlight grabbed Everstone Chen and tore open a dimensional rift in an instant. Strangely, Chongduan watched as Everstone Chen was taken away without intervening, only laughing to himself and saying, Junior sister always seems to have her mind on my things. That's not a good habit, you know. On the other side, Frozen Sunlight has already taken Everstone Chen to the demon realm. After the two of them landed, Everstone Chen immediately spoke up. Hey, give me a chance to explain. Frozen Sunlight turned around slowly and said, No need to pretend anymore. This is the territory of the heavenly demon race, Chongduan. You can't come, But why haven't you completed the task I assigned you? Everstone Chen, this disciple, actually publicly performed the flowing slumber technique. Frozen Sunlight was so shocked that she shivered all over, her face blushing with embarrassment, but she had no way to deal with him. Just a moment ago, Frozen Sunlight, with her head held high, demanded an explanation from Everstone Chen. I need an explanation why your task was not completed. Everstone Chen chuckles. He originally thought the former owner was just an ordinary male pet, but he didn't expect that there was another identity. Artifact explained that Frozen Sunlight had taken the original owner as a servant a long time ago. She had been plotting for a long time, and this time, ordered the original owner to throw himself into Changduan. The original plan was to seduce Changduan and confuse him to steal Artifact. However, due to your sudden possession, the plan failed. Frozen Sunlight's eyes were filled with increasing killing intent. Not only did you fail to retrieve the Artifact today, if I hadn't arrived in time, were you planning to go back to the mansion with her? Everstone Chen would naturally not back down in a hurry. Everything is within my plan. Frozen Sunlight's expression was slightly warm. He was quite satisfied with Everstone Chen's refusal of Changduan's advances. However, upon careful consideration, this was very different from his previous behavior. In order to prevent Frozen Sunlight from becoming suspicious, Everstone Chen immediately reached out his evil hands. He grabbed the wrong place. Blood rushed out of his nose. Everstone Chen thought to himself, I must pretend to be asleep like the original owner in order to gain her trust. Frozen Sunlight was so angry that he trembled all over after being insulted. He angrily shouted, Dang Tuzi, you're a dead man. But unexpectedly, Everstone Chen reached out and touched her buttocks, causing Changduan goddess to be very guarded. Only in familiar places could she let her guard down. Don't worry, my feelings for you will never change. I am willing to venture into the tiger's den for you again. Frozen Sunlight blushed and said, I understand. Please let me go. I still have things to do. Everstone Chen smirked creepily and said, Letting go is impossible. That's right, I'm not lecherous. I'm just mimicking the interaction style between the original owner and Frozen Sunlight. The system can't help but look down on you. Bah. The host asked you to mimic, not to surpass. Later, they arrived at the border of the Stormlight Empire, at the clan of the Horned Behemoth. While Everstone Chen was walking with Frozen Sunlight in the clan, many people around were discussing them. This despicable woman has the nerve to come back. She is always mingling privately in the immortal realm, and willingly associates with lowly humans. It's truly disgusting. Even children openly insult Frozen Sunlight. Everstone Chen muttered to himself that it seems she is not doing well in the demon realm either. Do you dare to believe this dominating demoness? Thousands of years ago, she was actually a despised waste in everyone's eyes. Even children detested her to the extreme. Just now, Frozen Sunlight brought Everstone Chen to the main camp. She turned and instructed Everstone Chen to stay here and not to cause trouble. Otherwise, even she cannot save you. Everstone Chen nodded and bowed, looking like a well-behaved child. As soon as Frozen Sunlight stepped in, Everstone Chen ran away in a flash. Since he's already left, how could I possibly stay there obediently? The main problem is that the information provided by the artifact is too limited. I only know that the War of Ancient Immortal will break out 3 days later, but I have no idea about the various forces involved. Now is a good opportunity to explore. Everstone Chen came to the martial arts arena and saw the well-equipped demon race warriors. Everstone Chen realized that the demon race was fully prepared for a comprehensive war. Everstone Chen thought to himself, I only need to rescue the female player 3 days later, so this task seems not difficult. But how strong are the demon race generals? While Everstone Chen was lost in thought, 2 guards spotted him and exclaimed, Hey, isn't this the pet raised by Frozen Sunlight? The guards reached out to capture Everstone Chen. I really don't understand why Frozen Sunlight rejected the Dark Fiend Lord's affection. Clearly, no one else is interested. Yet she doesn't seem to appreciate the Dark Fiend Lord's efforts, always carrying bean sprouts around. Everstone Chen made a leap and dodged the guard's clutches. Just then, Dark Fiend slowly approached from a distance. "Shut up! Does a human like you dare to compete with me? Kid, I'll just kill you directly." Frozen Sunlight dared not say anything. Everstone Chen showed a hint of playful smile. "Is that so?" Meanwhile, Frozen Sunlight in the main camp was unexpectedly slapped by someone. Master of the Horned Behemoth clan, Aluko, was furious that we didn't get the artifact. "Why did you come back? Don't you know how important Changduan's artifact is to our plan?" Frozen Sunlight kneeled down and said, "Chief, I came back mainly to deliver a message. Even if I die outside, I hope the clan will keep a memorial tablet for me." The two elders stood by and sarcastically mocked Frozen Sunlight. "You are the son of a hero, and we all have high hopes for you. But now..." Sigh. Chief Aluko grew angrier as he thought more about it. "I told you long ago that the human you kept captive couldn't help us." Frozen Sunlight shook his head. "It was my lack of planning. It has nothing to do with him. He has successfully approached Changduan. Give me some more time, and he will obtain the artifact." However, what greeted him was the chief's cane. "You are really stubborn and unenlightened. Heavenly Demon, your actions will have great rewards, while losers will be doomed forever. It seems that we need to teach you a lesson." Sharp-mouthed Elder sneered and said, "Speaking of which, our Horned Behemoth's strongest Dark Fiend just broke through the Demon King stage in the past few days, and needs a strong member of the same race to assist him in consolidating his original power. Let him handle this girl." Frozen Sunlight clenched their fists tightly, saying nothing. When Chief Aluko was about to agree, a young soldier rushed in frantically. "The chief, Dark Fiend Lord, has died unexpectedly." Aluko is very shocked. "What are you saying?" The soldier replied tremblingly. "Just now, in the corner outside the training ground, I found the body of Dark Fiend Lord. His followers, First Dark and Second Dark, are also in a miserable state." Aluko roared. 3 generals lost in one day. Investigate for me. We must root out the mastermind behind the scenes." Frozen Sunlight sneaked out when no one was paying attention. "She is worried that my foolish servant will not be unwittingly implicated." After coming outside, Everstone Chen is squatting cleverly on the ground. She took a deep breath before finally feeling relieved. Then she pulled Everstone Chen up and quickly walked away. Meanwhile, in the Stormlight Empire, the annual Evolution Day is approaching. Looking at Goddess Changduan on the hall, the people are constantly praising. If it were not for the purification of demon chi by Goddess, I cannot imagine what kind of days we would be living in. At this moment, Changduan slowly took out the artifact and, with my divine power, cleansed the 4 corners of the country, eliminating all demonic disasters and evils. This is the most recklessly daring commoner I have ever seen. Just a moment ago, Changduan is currently casting a spell to seal away the 10,000 demons. You should know that this place is not simple at all. Stormlight Empire was originally a valley, the meeting point between immortal and demon. In the previous war of immortal and demon, although the heavenly immortal race won, they couldn't kill the ancient demon lord and had to seal it here. However, the demon lord headmaster never gave up breaking through the seal. The demon chi seeping out from the demon abyss continuously erodes the seal. The purification ritual of the goddess of spring, which used to take place once every few months, has gradually increased to once daily now. However, such a dangerous place. Every time the purification takes place, there are countless people watching. Changduan couldn't help but angrily rebuke the other celestial beings to quickly evacuate the people. Because during this period, she increasingly noticed that the demon she was getting stronger, hoping that nothing unexpected would happen today. However, everyone did not take Changduan's advice seriously, but instead felt that Changduan was making a fuss over nothing. Suddenly, there was a loud rumble. The ground started shaking non-stop. The ground cracked open with countless fissures. The people then realized that something was wrong and started running. However, the crack kept getting bigger, and many people fell into it. She looked at the panicked people. Changduan anxiously said, "Everyone, don't panic. All members of the celestial family of Stormlight Empire, please lend me a hand. As long as we hold on for one more minute, I will be able to seal it." However, the group of celestial beings sighed and said, "Please forgive us, goddess, for our inability. We have already exhausted all our celestial power just now to resist the demon Qi. Please allow the goddess to enter the formation first to repair the seal." Changduan was slightly taken aback and said, "The celestial power on you all is clearly abundant." Knowing that this group of people were unwilling to help, Changduan had no choice but to step into the formation. "You all protect the civilians well, and do not let the casualties escalate," he said. After saying that, she disappeared from the original spot. And that group of celestial beings, laughing and joking around, didn't take Changduan's words to heart at all. They were even thinking about going to Guoan later to listen to music. And on the other side, Changduan had already arrived at the depths of the seal. The ancient demon Lord Headmaster exposed its crimson tongue. "Little girl, since the last time you set foot in this place, time has shortened considerably. The next time will be the day of my rebirth." Changduan coldly snorted. "With me here, I will never allow you to wreak havoc on the world." The headmaster suddenly burst into laughter. "You are just a puppet sent by the heavenly immortal race. In 3 days, I will return to the 9th heaven and shatter the clouds. No one in this world will be able to stop me." This is the most arrogant villain I have ever encountered. Although his body was pierced by countless iron chains, he was not fearful at all. He opened his mouth and declared he would destroy the world. He did not show any fear when facing goddess Changduan, who came to seal him. He threw the hostage out with one hand. However, just as Changduan went to catch the little girl, a sharp blade suddenly plunged into his back. Blood instantly dyed this area red. Watching Changduan gasping for breath, Headmaster sneered, "You foolish one, you should be at your limit by now after being killed countless times by me for a measly ant." Changduan slowly raised his head and spoke with great effort. "With me here, you won't be able to kill anyone or leave this place." Later, Changduan began the sacrifice, offering up his eternal life to the Supreme God to dispel the demon and seal it in the Forbidden Land. The light of eternity suddenly lit up this place and began to purify the demon Qi in the sealed land. Before the headmaster's body dissipated, he emitted a piercing demonic laughter, saying, "No one can stop me, the little girl. War will soon come again. I really can't wait." With the departure of the headmaster, the demon Qi on the square was also purified by the eternal light. Some people cheered and celebrated, fortunate to have survived the turmoil, while others mourned and grieved over the loss of loved ones. However, at that moment, a cry of "Mom" was heard.